Bailout blues.
Detroit, I believe it is the issue that is mesmerizing this country.
The federal government is broke. When they talk about stimulating or bailouts, you know who's largely doing that? Our children and our grandchildren through the debt we're dumping on them, or in some cases the Chinese. There is no more money.
A bailout for the auto industry, a second economic stimulus package. Any of that make sense?
They change all the time. They change the package all the time. They have a rescue package number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. Why not just come up with a good program?
Can Barack Obama, the newly elected Democrat, as President of the United States, look Detroit in the eye and say, drop dead?
I think he can. He may have to.
Let me ask you if there was any immediate achievement resulting from the summit yesterday, 20 leaders gathering with President Bush here in Washington, that will have an instant or immediate impact in turning things around as far as the U.S. economy is concerned.
They agreed on a future meeting.
No reason to suggest that these people who have driven this industry into a complete ditch have a plan to get it out in the long term and not come back to us 3 months from now for another $25 billion. Show me that plan.
We're talking about putting 25, another 25, and who knows where it will stop.
My question is, when does it stop?
How much pain are you going to inflict on the economy?
You don't want to keep feeding this trough here that folks on the Hill seem to want to be at.
It was like a crack dealer offering subsidized crack rather than, going to a clinic to get off the drug. You put this much leverage, with this much global integration, with this many complex instruments, started in America, and I tell you, Tom, you have a cocktail that is so explosive.
You got big government, big business, and big labor concocting a deal that reflects an economic model that is broken, that is 20 years out of date, and it has to be restructured.
Billions and billions of dollars into a system, a model that's not going to work. They're a dinosaur in a sense, and I hate to see this because I would like to see them become lean and hungry. It's like a dinosaur in a way.
Who's to blame, Ted, for this current economic crisis in the United States?
All of us.
Well, the outrage of these people now, we have to save these jobs. Where was their outrage 2 years ago?
Get rid of the management. Management's got to go.
If you can come up with a deal whereby effectively the management of GM is taken out at dawn and hung, drawn and quartered.
They know their failures. Some people believe that Chapter 11 bankruptcy would be a lot better management than what they have today.
I'm always skeptical of arguments that begin, some people say, I'm not sure that the next line isn't going to be Elvis is still alive.
So where is it safe to keep your money right now?
I had some AAA bonds in one of those Icelandic banks. I've lost millions and millions of dollars.
Smart.
Things will get worse. Unemployment will get worse. The housing crisis will get worse. The mortgage situation is going to get worse.
This is not going in the right direction.
It's a road to nowhere, headed down this road to oblivion.
The Great Depression that didn't end until the Japanese fleet appeared off Hawaii.
And it took an enormous public works program known as World War II to bring the economy out of the Depression.
Which is what Sam is saying. Throw anything at it that you can.
What we have to do is we have to plan for that worst situation rather than always 1 month at a time. And then each month we have to make the adjustments and adjustments and adjustments. This is a different world. Anyone that wants to go and think that they don't have to shift down and make changes, they're living in a dream world or in a fantasy world.
Rent the movie Jaws. Look at that last scene where Roy Scheider, look at that scene where Roy Scheider first glimpses the shark. And he comes in and he turns to the captain and says, you're going to need a bigger boat. We're going to need a bigger boat.